Hi and welcome. Today we're checking out Vianova. Which one of those is the correct pronunciation? I don't know. The song is called Whatever Alright. First time hearing about the band, first time checking out the song, but the suggestion came from Desmilad, so thank you so much, brother. What to expect? I don't know. Let's just check it out. Consider subscribing and joining the Discord in the description underneath. We have fun there. Come join. Anyways, Vianova, Whatever Alright. Right? We had a rough night. Okay.
Way past your prime. Just get used to the fact and the feeling that your whole life is on the line. Forced to forget cause someone's down here with time, and now you have to live with it. Live with the shadows in the corner of your eye, with the cold sweat tearing up the night. Live with the ups and the downs and the downs and the whatever, alright. Live for space to eliminate. Push your parts up, beats stay every minute. Push your parts up to the pump in the clinic. Heartbeats up to
Okay, so it's it was gonna take us there. I was trying to stop it a little earlier than when the transition would start. But that was really interesting. Super interesting start. Also the visuals, but just the vibe, the whole vibe of it. There's so many different elements here, but like the first element that sort of popped out to me was like the hip hop element, especially with the beat. It sounds like an 808 bass drum, and the vocals are mixed very like upfront and very clear, like you would hear in a lot of hip hop. But I don't think I've heard sort of that kind of music style then transition into metal. So I'm really eager to see how that's going to sound, because I was kind of like hesitant to begin with there, because I was like, well, is this something completely different? Not that that's a problem. We can totally do different genres as well, but it just kind of threw me off a little bit. But okay, we'll take it back a little bit and we'll continue. Really, really eager to see where that metal heavy part is going. Like that beat, I'm sorry to interrupt it that soon, but that beat reminds me, like, it's a typical beat you'd hear being produced by like Pharrell Williams, right? It has that kind of vibe to it, which I think is cool, but very different. All right, I'm not going to interrupt again. Let's go. Oh. Yes. Okay. Maybe I'm stopping it too fast again, but there's just too much to talk about here. That part was freaking great. It super like well produced, and in the headset it sounds absolutely awesome. I can't tell you how much I enjoy it when bands do this, when musicians do this, when they just do something different, switch between the genres as well. It keeps it so fresh, and those heavier parts really hit when you have that contrast as well. So freaking great. So far, so great. Let's go. Okay. I think this is kind of, to me, this sounds almost like the part we heard just now. It sounds like EDM or like electronic music disguised as metal. Do you know what I mean? Because I was really trying to listen for the guitars, because that's sort of like the natural thing to listen for when you go this hard on a beat. That's like usually what you'll get. And I don't know if it's me just overhearing that or overlooking that rather in the earlier parts, but I don't know if the guitar has ever been there, right? Because I couldn't hear it now. Maybe the guitars are just mixed in a way that makes them sound more like an electronic element or something like that. I can't be sure, but it does sound very electronic. But when that heavy part hits, damn, I gotta commend that. Those high notes going from the low to the high, that bum down down, oh, it's so good. I love that. But just so we're clear, I really do enjoy electronic music, especially if it's heavy, and like drum and bass music with like that super low bass. I think that's awesome. So this is really something that I enjoy listening to. This is really cool. Wow, I'm getting excited. Like, this is so unexpected. Let's go. Ugh, it's rattling my brain. That bass. Oh my god! Fuck! That was insane! Oh, I'm so excited for this! Oh god! Damn it! That was so cool. That was so cool. Shit, that's me lad. Holy shit, this was great. It gets me so excited. I really want to check out more of Vianova now. Oh, for real. This was so cool. I have to break this down a little bit because there were so many elements here that stands out to me as being unique and so incredibly interesting. First off, we start with the Pharrell Williams sound, as I mentioned, with those vocals being pretty consistent throughout the song, keeping that low, like mellow speaking voice, and doing that as well in the heavier parts in the beginning of the song and actually quite far into the song. Only until we get to like the bridge of the song, like pretty late, we get the more harsh vocals, the louder vocals, the screaming, and then obviously get the guitars. But all of that started with the introduction of the actual bass. Now, it's hard to say nowadays if it isn't actual bass they're using, but the sound of it does sound like a bass guitar. And that bass sound was mighty. That was really, really good bass sound. And then just progressing through that and getting to the harder and heavier part and mixing these wonderful electronic elements with the guitars. It's so incredibly cool. And I love how well that went together, because oftentimes you'll hear electronic elements being like switched out for the benefit of the real instrument. So you have a part with a lot of electronic elements, and then when you get to the heavier parts, you get to the real instruments, if you will, but then changing out. So you're having less electronic parts in the heavy parts and vice versa. It really seems different because here it's like they take all of the electronic elements and all of the instruments and just bake it all together, and it creates this wonderful, wonderful piece of music that I don't think I've heard before. Like I can't really compare this to anything. The only thing I can like compare it to is our bands that do like genre jumping. But this really stands in its own right, I believe, at least. There might be similar things to this as well, but not that I know of. This was really unique, and I really, really love this. Gosh. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, because that was, boy, great. You take good care of yourself. If you want me to check out more Vianova, then please do. I don't know if Whatever I'll Write is like their most popular song or anything like that. Desmilad, you'll let me know, all right? But gosh, this was cool. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Woo.